Bhuvan. Good afternoon,
Okay.
everyone. Welcome to another live interview session of quality early childhood education. Prior to the live
Good
interview,
afternoon.
let me invite Dr. Dheeraj Malhotra to brief about our summit.
Hello, good afternoon, good evening to all our wonderful listeners around there. I'm Dr. Dheeraj Malhotra, and I send my greetings from India to all the listeners. And also, I take this opportunity to invite you all to the international meet we are conducting in Bangalore from 21st to 23rd of June. I look forward to invite all the wonderful delegates from Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Bhutan, Maldives, and also from India. And I'm sure this visit will comprise of learning about early childhood care and education, which has been taken very seriously by the Government of India in introducing the same in our new education policy. So we have been guided, we have been given references, and a wonderful white paper has been devised of implementing this concept in academics in a greater concern now. So I'm sure this meet will prove to be a great platform to not only brainstorm on the issue of early childhood care and education and research, and also take back wonderful memories of the visit and meeting and interactions with the wonderful resource persons who are going to be there in Bangalore. So looking forward, I once again extend my invitation and thank you very much. Take care.
I'm very happy to participate for this live into series. Actually, as a South Asian region, to all countries, all South Asian countries, we want to achieve quality early childhood education. We want to achieve Sustainable Development Goals 4.2, quality ECCD. Then mainly we have to share our best practices. We want to share our knowledge. We want to share experience, expert knowledge of the Bhutan educators, from Indian educators, from Nepal educators, to upgrade the quality of early childhood care and development.
Today, we are having a live interview with an ECCD educator in Bhutan. So he is Mr. Mon Bhutan. When it comes to his profile, he is the proprietor of early childhood care and development center in Bhutan. So I would like to warmly welcome you, sir. Before going to discuss our session, I would like to invite you to give a self-introduction, sir.
Thank you so much. And my name is Manbir Sarki Tojuangil from Bhutan. I'm staying in Gomtu, Samti, Bhutan, Samti, southern part of Bhutan. And my name is Manbir Sarki and Tojuangil from Bhutan. And I'm a psychology, BA psychology from Arudana University, India. And I have my own ECCD daycare ECCD center at Gomtu since from May 17, 2018 here at Gomtu. And I as a proprietor, I'm very concerned about my ECCD, and I'm planning to grow up day by day and caring lovely children of my ECCD as well as the community, caring the community children and growing them and making their shaping their future for bright future. And I would like to give an interview on the education, early childhood education, early childhood education psychology on early childhood care and development center.
Okay, sir. So today our title, our theme of the interview session discussion is psychology for quality early childhood care and development. So, first of all, I would like to ask you, as per your understanding, what are the basic functions of an ECCD teacher?
It is a creative function of ECCD center is to educate the children to function is to know the child child basic knowledge and to promote care them and groom them, play with them, and make them to understand what the basic knowledge to improve them and make them to comfortable to learn with the ECD teacher and teach them well with to be a good when they grow up.
As our topic is psychology for quality early childhood care and development education, so how do you define psychology?
I will define the psychology. Psychology is a scientific study of a way that the people think, feel, and behave, like anthropology and the sociology. Psychology is called a social science, and scientists trained in a psychology are called as a psychologist. Psychology study is the human mind and emotion to try to understand the reason behind the people action.
Why should early childhood care and development teachers have sound knowledge on psychology to be a professional ECCD?
Why should ECCD teacher have sound knowledge on the psychology to be a professional teacher means ECCD because ECCD teachers are the key to make their small children to success, and the ECCD teachers have to have a professional, their skill knowledge, enough knowledge to have to make their child future in bright in psychologically as well as playing with them and knowing the emotion, feelings of the children and the action of the children by psychological way and know them which part they have to treat them well to be educated and make them well to do good things in their future.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir. And my next question is, what are the bad impacts to a child if the teacher doesn't have a psychology background?
Bad impact if the if the teacher does not have a psychological background means bad impact if teacher did not have a good enough knowledge, if the teacher did not have a psychological background, what the student wants and what type of feelings that children is showing and what are the emotion that they are making, and if the teacher does not know what is the purpose of their need and wants of the children, and if we that makes a very impact for the children to in psychological way and the teacher are backward and the teacher did not have a good enough knowledge psychological to make the children groom up, and we have to be very background in professionally psychological background to make a professional in ECCD to be a ECCD teacher, be a psychologically background.
Yes, sir. I also agree with you, sir, because we have to have a good knowledge of psychological background to be a quality ECCD teacher. So my next question is, how do you explain the nature of the child in the early childhood stage according to the psychological viewpoint?
Nature of the children should be in early childhood. The nature of the children have their freaky mind, and they didn't have a good thinking power, and they didn't have enough knowledge about what they want to do, and so we the teacher have to have a good viewpoint to make them a right thinkable, right attitude, right motivation to change their freaky mind, naughty mind to be a good person in near future.
Thank you very much, sir. So, we can use psychological theories even in teaching learning processes when we work with the kids in the early childhood stage, especially because there are so many learning theories. How do you advise to use learning theories or psychological concepts for quality teaching?
Learning theory means we the teacher have to mingle with them. With the teacher have to show what are the things they need to. We have to make them to care. We have to make them to show a way to be think in good way. We have to play with them. We have to make a good theory of to think, make them a good emotion, good feelings, and play with them with a good mood, and so groom up with the such type of quality of concept and theory of the psychological process to need to groom up the children.
Yes, sir. And also counseling is a more important part in early childhood education. Commonly, what kind of psychological issues can be seen among the children in the early childhood stage, and how ECCD teacher can help them with their psychological and counseling knowledge? Can you explain about that?
Counseling, most of the part of the life we have to spend in a counseling. Small children, we have to counsel them what is good and what is bad, and what is right and what is wrong. And counseling them and advising them is necessary in that childhood age. And as a teacher and ECCD teacher, we have to counsel what to do in right way, in how to socialize with the friend, how to study in the with the friendship, what are the good things that it will turn into a good attitude in the society, and what are the respective things, respective words to be done, respective words to be spoken to the elder in the society. We have to teach them, we have to guide them, and we have to counsel them.
Yes, sir. Okay. And also we know that early childhood stage students we call 2 years old to about 5, 6 years old. So always the kids expect love and happiness from the ECCD teachers. So he or she should be a mother to the child. The ECCD teacher should be a mother to the child. What kind of psychology strategies can be used to build or build
happiness from the ECD teacher? She should be a mother to her children. What kind of psychological strategies can be used to build about the maintenance this kid of relationship with the kid at the ECD center? The always teachers in the ECCD center, teachers should be like a mother, and because children are very too young and too small, and they need a motherhood care at that age, and teachers should act like a mother on the ECCD center, and they have to treat them and care them as a mother would, uh, carrying them to the children, and act as a mother to care, give love, affectionate, counsel them, advise them, and make them happy and enjoyable moment, and which good words should be taught by the teacher as a mother to make them a future bright.
And my next question is, kids come to ECCD centers from various family backgrounds. Most of the time, there are so many problems in the families also. Sometimes there are issues among parents. sometimes crisis situations in families. Then sometimes teachers have to do counseling even to parents to keep the child's mentality well. So I would like to ask from you, sir, how do you define parental counseling?
Uh, every children did not have the equality as the parents guidance, because every children have their different attitudes parents lives on, and because of that one, children have a hamper on that psychological way, psychological motivation in their early childhood, and they need a good parents care. And when the parents arises in problem, child is affected. So as a educator or a teacher in the ECCD, we have to make them whatever that their parents lives on, but it is uh, teachers responsibility to guide them in a good manner, and so the children did not affect on their behavior, on their career livelihood, on their lives, and so the children will be happy and grow up with a good attitude and leave them happy in their future adventure.
Yes, sir. And not only the family, there is a society around the child also. So it may include relatives, neighbors, and so many other parties. Their lifestyle, behavior, attitudes, they also may affect even the child. So how do you see this situation in psychological viewpoint?
Or in their neighborhood and their friendship, uh, they might influence them if the child uh, sees that if the child sees that what are their neighbor is acting on or wiring on, the child might think about to get that particular idea or a particular trace to wire, and that psychologically affect the children in future. So that to get those things, ECCD teacher have to act on key role to advise them, make them awareness, uh, whatever the children need, they have to in a good manner, so the children will not spoil because of their neighborhood, because etc. So, hello,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Not only
hello,
the society, even
yes,
TV and other social media and electronic
yes.
equipment, as you say, the mobile phone, also they affect children negatively. How do you see this situation? I mean, what is your guidance to parents for this situation?
Pardon, madam. Pardon, pardon.
Okay, sir. I'll repeat the question, sir. Not only the society, even TV and the other social media and electronic equipment like mobile phones, they also affect children negatively. So how do you see this situation?
Okay. In as a saying goes that any social media like TV and other mobile phone is somewhat good as well as somewhat bad. If the children focus on the bad, they pick up the bad things because they don't know what is good and bad. And we the educator, we the uh, in ECCD center also, we have to make them to watch a good educational movie, educational item, and show them in a mobile phone in a educational good part of the good educational uh, YouTube and so on, so that the children will pick up the good habit pick up the good habit and use the good social media to make them a good human being.
Yes, sir. I also agree with that opinion. So, due to the COVID pandemic situation, all the children spend most of their time at home. So, due to this situation, many children were experiencing stress. So, what is your suggestion for this situation?
Pardon, madam. Pardon.
Due to the COVID pandemic situation, most of the students have to spend their time at home. So they were experiencing with the stress because they are spending most of the time at home. So what is your suggestion for this kind of situations?
Uh, uh, in children's, most of the time in COVID situation, they remain at home and they frustrated because some of the children, they are mingling and they are playing at outside out, outdoor, so that when they stay at home, they feel a burden, uh, they feel sophisticated, they feel so emotion. So on that time, parents and teachers counsel through the phone to parents is much necessary, and we have to guide them and provide the good social media like TV. We have to make a good educational cartoon on the TV, and we have to make them watch good educational movie from the YouTube, from the smartphone, as or as well any kind of phone. And so in such type of can be uh, developed by children and make them happy staying on the COVID situation at home.
Yes, sir. And this is my last question. Psychology is not only applicable to children. If ECCD teacher has a proper psychological background, she also can reduce her stress. She can be happy always. She may be an emotionally well balanced person. So, how ECCD teacher can use psychology for her personality development?
ECCD teacher have to avoid ourselves, to make ourselves awaken ourselves, to make the ECCD children up in good shape, so that we have to be psychologically background to ourselves, that with a good vision make ourselves to psychological way of thinking, that to how to handle the children in a good manner, and how to groom up them, how to teach them, how to value up them, and how to make them fit in the society by in the psychological way. We have to make our unique techniques and unique theories and unique teachings to make them a good moral as well as a more good uh, valuable teacher, and make ourselves as one of the key holder and psychological thinking power to make the children in shape them to in good manner.
Thank you very much, sir. So that is the end of our questionnaire. I would like to thank you very much, Mr. Mon Bhutan from Bhutan, for participating today's live interview session. We actually had a good experience with you, and we had a good knowledge. Thank you very much for sharing your knowledge with us. And I would like to give you the opportunity if you want to say something.
Thank you so much for the uh, South Asian uh, South Asian International Conference for the. I would like to thank the Mr. President, country manager, our Bhutan country manager, Mr. Jamsu sir, as well as any other country's manager for giving us a good platform to participate in the international conference in Bangalore, and we are very happy to be together and discuss with the uh, various field uh, in a various field uh, within the international level, and we are I'm very much thankful to everyone and madam to giving me a good opportunity to do interview in live interview session, and I'm very happy and hope and pray we will groom and we will grow up together in the international level, uh, together in the international level, in to groom up our young children and make them a good, bright future, near, near bright future to our young children in the near future. Thank you so much.